there, we are going to read National Geographic Kids about ants, all about ants. Now, while I'm reading this to you, I want you to try to remember 2 or 3 details or bits of information about ants. And then I'm going to have you talk and tell somebody what things you remember. It could even be a stuffed animal that you tell this to. All right, let's see what we can find out about ants. Maybe you already know about ants. Ants. And it's by Melissa Stewart. There's the table of contents. It tells us all the different things we're going to learn about ants. It says ants all around. So if I get comfortable here, I want you to be able to see what's going on too. All about ants. Do you know how many ants live in the world? More than, this is a really big number. It has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think that's 1 billion. How do you say that number? Oh, good. It tells me right down here. It says, how do you say that big, long number? Boy, I bet Zero the Hero likes that number. That's got a lot of zeros. It's 10 quadrillion. Ooh, I wouldn't even have known that. You say it like this, quadrillion. You say it, say quadrillion. That's a big number, huh? Whoa, that's a lot of ants. Ants live in fields and forests. They live under sidewalks too. Ants are everywhere. An ant is an active insect. Its tiny waist helps it bend and wriggle through the tunnels. It's got a little tiny waist right there. Its 6 strong legs creep and crawl. Its 2 large eyes see the world. Its super tough jaws munch and crunch. And its long feelers touch and tap. It says right here that this is a wood ant. I'll let you look at that picture closer. Ants at home. Ooh, look at that. 1 ant, 2 ants, 3 ants, 4. See 1 ant and you'll see lots more. Ants live in large groups. A group of ants is called a colony. It says right here, word bites, colony. A group of ants that lives together. Some colonies have millions of ants. You know what? This is reminding me of a personal connection. When we were at the cabin last week over spring break, I saw these little itty bitty sugar ants, and they were climbing along the windowsill. And I didn't really worry about it or anything. But then later when I came back that day, there was a whole trail of them walking along the windowsill, and they had just kind of jumped over, and they were all over my pillow too. And then there were more and more, and then I started seeing these little sugar ants everywhere. It was crazy. Mr. Wright had to get rid of them with some special spray. I don't like that special spray though. Kind of stinky. Not good for you to breathe. Okay. An ant colony. Oh, it's hard for you to see me in the picture at the same time, isn't it? An ant colony lives in a nest. A nest? I wonder if you know of any other animals that live in nests. Most ants build nests underground. An ant nest is full of tunnels. Ooh. Each tunnel leads to a little room. Okay, here's a real picture. Let me zoom into that so you can see that. See that zoom in? Cool, huh? I wonder what that ant is doing. And there's the tunnels that lead to the little rooms in their underground nest. I think the ants at my cabin were living in the wall. Some ants do not live underground. They live inside hollow thorns, between rocks, in rotting trees, in nests made of leaves. Right. These are called weaver ants right here. You see them? Yeah. Oh, The Ant-Man. He looks like he's probably an entomologist who studies insects. Look at all those ants. He's pinned them and labeled them. Cool. Brian Fisher is a scientist. He looks for new kinds of ants. Some people call him the Ant-Man. Dr. Fisher has found more than 800 new kinds of ants. He can't wait to find more. An ant's life. I'm going to zoom that in for you so you can see what we're going to look at there. It says there's the queen and an ant taking care of pupa. I almost said pupae because that's kind of looks like how it's spelled. They're called pupa. And then here's the egg. This is the Aztec ant. The queen, the queen is the biggest ant in a colony. She lays eggs all day long. When the eggs hatch, little larvae wriggle out. They look like worms. They eat and eat. Larvae turn into pupa. Pupa do not move. Pupa do not eat. After a few weeks, they turn into adult ants. A few weeks? That's like how long it's been since I've seen you. They go from being laid. Oh, they have a life cycle, don't they? Remember when we talked about the life cycle of the best bug? I think that some of these might be the same words we learned with the best bug. Worker ants. Most of the ants in a colony are workers. All worker ants are female. What? That doesn't seem very fair, does it? Inside the nest, some worker ants dig new tunnels. Others take care of eggs, larvae, and pupa. This is a bulldog ant. Remember our best bugs had those kinds of mandible things on there? Those jaw things? Right there, can you see that good? Here they are taking care of the larvae. And then, let's see, outside the nest, some worker ants collect food, others guard the nest. Oh, I gotta look at that picture closely. You look at that. See if you can figure out what's going on there. It looks to me like a whole bunch of ants are eating this other bug thing here. I guess that's what they do. Ants with wings. Ooh. This is a garden ant. And these are winged carpenter ants. A few ants in the colony have wings. Some are females, some are males. Ants with wings fly out of the nest. They start new colonies. It's like they move away from home, get their own house. Superhero ants. Superhero ants? This says it's an aqua ant. Aqua ant lives in Australia. She can swim, dive, and even live underwater. Ooh, can you imagine swimming and running into an aqua ant? I don't know if I'd like that. And this is a Mama Marvel. I'm going to zoom in for that so you can see that. Mama Marvel is an African driver ant. She lays, all right, get ready for this, 50 million ants a year. She lays 50 million a year. Remember when we read that book, How Much is a Million? A million's a lot, and she lays 50 million. So that's a million 50 times 50 million. Hulking Hercules. Oh goodness, this looks like there's an ant and he's holding a bee up. That one right there. Hulking Hercules is a bulldog ant. She can lift more than 20 times her body weight. Well, I know ants are strong, but she's really strong, huh? And then this says the big biter. The big biter is a trapjaw ant. She has the fastest bite in the animal world. Biter can snap her jaw shut at a speed of 145 miles per hour. Wow. That's pretty fast. I don't think you can get out of her way. Oh, this chapter is titled, What's for Dinner? It's a question. Most ants catch and eat other insects. Some ants eat dead animals. Leafcutter ants grow their own food. They have fungus gardens inside their nest. Ew, fungus. fungus? I think that's like a mushroom. Yeah. They grow their own food. That's pretty cool. We do that too, don't we? People. There she is, growing her own food in her fungus garden. It says, oh, you can tell us about a fungus right here. It says, a living thing that is not a plant or an animal. Mushrooms are a kind of fungus. I was right. A mushroom is a fungus. Okay. You know what that means? I've eaten a fungus. Have you ever eaten a fungus? Many ants take care of aphids. Aphids are small insects. They make sugary poop that ants like to eat. Mmm, yummy. So I guess they're babysitting them, taking care of them. There's the aphids right there. I wonder what that says up at the top. I need to read that. Oh, it's a joke. Question. What did one leafcutter ant say to the other leafcutter ant? I have to turn the book over to find the answer. There's a fungus among us. There's a fungus among us. That's so silly. Army ants. Maybe these are the ones that go marching one by one. Ooh, look at them. You know, it looks like they're all stacking up to reach something. That reminds me of that book, Yertle the Turtle, when those turtles all stacked up. Okay, let's see. Army ants hunt for food every day. The colony looks like a moving, munching carpet. Army ants sting and bite everything in their path. They can kill insects, spiders, lizards, and baby birds. Army ants can kill baby birds. That is so sad. Maybe that's one thing that you can remember. Are you remembering things? I'm remembering about, oh yeah. Remember, what were the ants that they like to eat the aphids' poop? That was, doesn't say what kind of ant. Just says ants. They take care of aphids so they can eat their poop. Yeah. And what were some other cool things that we were going to remember? Remember the ant, the aqua ant that can swim in the water? Yeah, that one's in my brain. Oh, and that part about the worker ants being all female, I don't know if I like that part. But, you know, it's good to be a hard worker, so I guess that's good. All right, we're not quite done with our book yet. Oh, I wasn't done reading about army ants. Oh, this one says it's a fire. Oh, this fire ants. Oh, it says army ants are not the only ants that sting and eat animals. Fire ants. I wonder if you've heard of fire ants before. Fire ants have poison that they inject into other insects, animals, and even people. Ugh. It leaves a burning feeling. That is how fire ants got their name. There are more than 280 different kinds of fire ants. I don't know if I've ever run into a fire ant before. Have you? Hooray for ants! Let's find out why we're happy about ants. Ants are an important part of our world. They are food for other animals. That's true. Birds, frogs, and spiders eat ants. So do monkeys and aardvarks. Aardvarks. I think we also call them anteaters. Ants dig tunnels. They mix the dirt. Plants grow better in dirt with ants. Okay, so they make the soil better for growing things. It says leafcutter ants dig up a lot of dirt when they build a nest. Scientists weighed the dirt one colony dug up. The dirt weighed as much as, oh my goodness, you're not going to believe this, 6 elephants. That was a lot of dirt they dug up. That was like an anthill. Have you ever seen an anthill before? You know what? I've stood on one before on accident. Yeah, I found out because the ants started crawling all up my leg. It was not fun. We're done. Did you remember 2 or 3 things that you can talk about this book? Remember our detail hand? There it is, right there. Remember, we're always looking for details when we're reading nonfiction. Okay? And so, can you see how many different details you can remember? Tell your mom, tell your stuffed animal, tell a brother or sister, somebody. 5 things you learned about, 4, 3, try to remember at least 2 things you learned about ants. And then the light bulb. The light bulb is the main idea. What was the main idea of that book? Usually with these kind of books, it has to do with the title. Ants, all about ants. The main idea. Oh, here's a detail you can remember. Can you remember how to say that really big number with all those zeros? Yeah, there's like 15 zeros there. It's oh wait, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 zeros. It's 10 quadrillion, in case you forgot. That's a lot of ants. All right. Thanks for reading that book with me.